Hey guys, it's Wendy, aka Kitty Street. Welcome back to my channel. And today is another Temu Tuesday. And I hope everybody is doing fantastic. And I'm not going to ramble. I'm going to jump right on into this video. If you saw my thumbnail, I'm going to be talking briefly about returns and maybe going into some credits. It just depends on how long I can talk and get this out to you guys. I have had several people go in the comments wanting to know how to do a return, and honestly, so did I. So let's back up to February. February is when I found out about Temu. I made my first order. I didn't read anything, didn't pay attention, didn't look at other Temu hauls because it was brand spanking new to me. I didn't even know that it was a big thing like it is, believe that or not. I actually made my first order, didn't get any discounts at all, but I think I got nope, it was my second and third order, I got a free gift. But I never got the new customer 30% off because I was late to the game, whatever it was, I just didn't get it. So no worries. Like I said, I got some free gifts. I got plenty of lightning deals. I got all kinds of bonuses and gift boxes. So I made up, with not getting that first opportunity to have the 30% off. So if you are a new customer and you're checking this out, please, 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 if not my code, find somebody else's code, use the 30% off because it helps. Pennies, whatever, it helps. I don't care if you are saving one dime or 10 bucks. The 30% off is worth it. So as I'm talking, I just am thinking in my head, what do I want to say to you guys today of how I would be as a new person going onto the site, trying to figure it out. Now, I had some wonderful people go in and leave me mega comments on how knowledgeable they are. If you're out there, guys, come back and correct me if I make any mistakes on what I'm talking about today, and if I'm leaving anything out or if I am on target, because I want to make sure if you have something that you don't like, it's either too big, too small, you didn't want it, it doesn't look like what you thought it was going to be, whatever the reason is, and you need to do a return, this is the video for you. So starting with that, back to February, I did an order, never got a discount. I loved everything. I started doing my unboxings on YouTube, and you guys were so supportive. So I started looking at things. I started doing my Temu Tuesdays. I'm doing reviews. And yeah, you can pull something out of a box and be happy with it. But when you start using it and start putting it into place, things can change your mind. So I want to talk about right in February, I think it was like 4 or 5 items that I was just not happy about. And I've mentioned them throughout some of my videos. And I'm going to show you those few items because I think I did my first return and I don't have that information. I'm sorry about that. I tried to find it. I actually do have it because I do have my computer up here. And I'm going to try to do this without having to make a bunch of things. But I do remember the date because I said I'm going to pull it up. And it just tells me your return was for $12. One was for $3.09. It doesn't tell me the date. I was going to try to say, but I want to say it was probably about mid-March when I made my first return ever. And all I did was now I'm going to tell you from the Temu app. Now the website is a little bit different. I'll try to do that separately, but the app, let's talk about that first because that's how I did my first return, is when you pull up your app, and of course I have my cell phone video in me, so I can't show you on that, and the website is totally different. But the app is so stinking easy. If you can't figure this out, something's really, really, really wrong. Okay, so what you would do is you would go into your account on the Temu app, pull up your order, and it even tells you start a return. I mean, it's simple as that. Start a return on whatever if you go to that order and there's something in there, you just press start a return, and then you have to go to each of the photos of what you wanted to return, and you would basically say why. They give you options, a list of options. You pick what option you want. The reason why you want to return it, they do require you to take a picture or 2 or 3, if you want to do that. And if you have issues with that, all you do is you just lay the item on your bed or a table, take a quick picture of it, have it in your photos. So when you go to put it onto your Temu app, you basically just go to your photos, you click your photo, and it attaches it to the Temu app. It can't get any simpler than that. And then I think it asks you maybe to do a description or whatever. So I did a few items, and the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because the items I'm going to show you are items that they did not require me to send back. That's changed. And I don't know if that's, you know, for everybody, but it changed for me because the items that I'm going to talk about next, they have sent me stuff to do a process to do a return through, you know, the mail. Okay, so let's talk about the easy things first. So I'm going to show you a few of the items. The first item that I sent back was this paper bag sealer, and we all know about this. I've done a couple of Temu talks about this. Temu Tuesday talks. I was messing it up. Well, the reason why I had the batteries in backwards, and I figured that out, and when I went back, it worked fine. But it was loose, and it kept you know, the batteries wouldn't stay intact. So I decided to go ahead and send it back. I have yet to replace this one, and because they told me I did not have to, you know, send this back, I have kept it. And in a pinch, I have put my hand around it and tightened it and used it. But I am going to reorder this because it's actually, now that I know that it works, a pretty good deal for $1.69. So this is one of my very first items that I returned because it was defective, and also I didn't think it worked, and then I found out later it does. So if you want one of these, they do work. Actually watch some of my Temu Tuesdays where I'm talking specifically about this, and you'll know what I'm talking about. So this was a first return that was in with also this little girl right here. This was $2.99. This was $1.69. I also had at that same time this little pouch here, and I'm in my office, and I had to turn off all my lights because it was so dark, and I didn't want to bring my ring light out because I really just wanted to show you this right quick to get this out to you for this Temu Tuesday, and I'm fighting the clock to get this done. But this was $1.69, a little cell phone pouch, a little coin purse that was $2.99, and then this bag sealer that was $1.69. This was my first return. Now, did I want to return it? This one I did, and actually this one too. And this one I kept saying I'm going to give this to somebody, but I thought, you know, it's $2.99. I might just use that as a credit. Now, luckily for me, the very first item I have, and it is going to depend on how your return goes, on how you purchased your order. I have done various types of orders using PayPal, which is what I had used with this first order that I returned. I've used AfterPay, where you do breaking up of 2 to 4 payments in increments. I have done Cash App, and I have done a actual, I think that's all. Is that what I did? Cash App, PayPal, AfterPay. Yeah, that's the 3. I have not used a personal credit card, and I have not definitely used my debit card because I don't think I'm ever going to use my debit card. I would actually always use a credit card first, and then actually my credit card is attached to the AfterPay. Oh, I know what it was. It's Karma or Klarna, something like that. I set that up to use it, but I have not used that one yet. That's what I was thinking. I knew there was 4 different ones, but mostly I use Cash App. Oh, and I also had one time did Apple Pay. And I did that on a small little order, and I had nothing wrong with that one. So anyway, this was a PayPal order, and when I did the return, I went on the app, picked the item, uploaded the picture, gave a description, and put next. Just press next, and they said, okay, you paid with PayPal. We can send the money back to you through PayPal. It will take like 7 to 14 business days. Or I could have an immediate credit. And I think my first credit was like $7 or something like that. And I just took the credit because I knew I was going to order again. And these were items that, I just didn't think I could use. Well, they sent me a little note immediately saying, okay, we're going to credit your account for this, the difference. But you don't need to return it. So I still have the bag sealer that's a little loose. I have this little cute little coin purse that someday I'm going to find someone to give to. And I have this cell phone bag kind of thingy purse that I'm giving to my sister on her birthday coming up. And yes, she already knows about it, and she knows how I roll, so she's fine with that. So I got to keep those items. And then that was on a PayPal. So then I had this item, which I was thinking I was getting like a wedge to clean the inside of my windows. I don't know what I was thinking. And this, someone has told me multiple times in the comments that this is for moisture, and it does work for moisture and things like that, and dust. So I'm glad that they didn't ask me to return this, but let me get back to task. So I had this little gadget that you hold, and you hold your grocery sacks. I was on the fence with that, and I returned both of these. Now, this was with AfterPay. Yes, I used AfterPay, which was where I had 4 different payments. I think of $10. It was $10 and some change times 4 payments. And I think I was on my last payment when I did do the return, because I just happened to say, you know, am I ever going to use these? I don't really need them. And when I did the process again on the Temu app, I went to the order, went to the picture, upload a picture, gave a description why. I said I just didn't, this was not what I thought it was going to do. And you know, I wasn't really happy with this. Again, they said, we're going to credit your account with the AfterPay. It could take 7 to 14 days, or they can give me an immediate credit after my last AfterPay was done, which happened to be like that day. So I think I got like, I mean, this was $2.38, and this was $1. No, this was, I wrote it down. I think this was $2.38 as well. They both might have been $2.38. I wrote these down to make sure. Windshield cleaner was $2.38. The bag holder was $2.08. So this was $2.08, $2.38. So like $5 came back to me immediate credit, because I wasn't going to wait 7 to 14 days. Now, guys, if you want to wait 7 to 14 business days, I have not gotten any kind of returns at that point yet. So I can't tell you how that works, but I'm going to go into the next return process here in a moment. But let me wrap this up. If you have any questions, and I know I'm kind of talking a little fast because I don't want to make this extremely long, and I also am just kind of going off the cuff. I'm not prepared at all, and I'm just going to be honest, because this is Wendy being honest. I just want to get this out here because I have too many people asking me about returns, and I think that it's important, especially for those who have, you know, a lot of things to return, and things that are broken, things that are too big, things that they just don't like. We want to make sure that you get what you need to do. So these 5 items, they told me I could keep them. That was in early March, okay? Now, we're in April. We're about to go into May. So I did some Temu unboxings. Go and watch those videos if you have not seen them already, with clothing and some jewelry. Some of the clothing was way too big or way too small. So I had decided, after, you know, debating whether I was going to do it or not, I decided to go ahead and return some clothing. And then I had some broken jewelry, and just some jewelry that I just didn't like. It just felt really like kids jewelry. And I don't have any really young girls or anybody I could think to give it to. So I said, you know what, I'm going to see how the return goes now. So on this return, let's talk about the website, because I went on the website just to see if it would be a different kind of setup. So on the website, same thing. You log into your account, you go to your order, you click on the picture, and you upload it. So it was the exact same process. So whether you have the website or you have the Temu app, you can even call them. If you get on their customer number, I don't have it written down. I apologize. I may put that in the description box. But I do want to say this before I forget. If you have an order on either one, any order, so say you have like 6 orders, and you have, and you decide you're going to, you know, open up one order and it has 50 items, and you pull out 20 items and you mess around with it. And then 3 months later, you pick up the other 20. You can't return them because it's 90 days return policy. So my recommendation is, don't be like me. Open up some stuff, sit it to the side, open up some more stuff, sit it to the side, and then you start using it, and you're starting to see, oh, this isn't really what I wanted, or it's not working, it's too big, it's too small, and you get to that 90-day window, because you don't want to lose your return if you don't know what to do, you know, with the products and the things. If you can't give them away, you want to make sure you're in that 90-day window. Also, I just learned, and I'm sure you may know this already, if you're doing a return, you can get the first 2 items, the first 2 returns on any order free. So I highly suggest you compiling all the items you want to return in one order, okay? Or maybe 2, because they're free. After this, like say you have 10 items, you want to return 6 of them one time, and you have 4 more. You decide later on, like a week or 2 later, one of them is too tight. you do another order, and then you have 3 items, and you think, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and maybe just return the whole batch, the last 3 things. Well, that third set will cost you. Okay, so the first 2 orders are free within 1 order. I know that sounds kind of weird. I'm not trying to make this difficult. I just learned this myself because I had, okay, let's just say what happened. I had picked out, these are the actual dresses, and it was the satin dress and the apron kind of dress, and it was this strapless bra, and I'm not going to take these out of the pack because I'm getting ready to put them in a box, and I'm going to send them a box back because they basically said to put it in a box, and we're going to put it in a box. And this is a box I got from somewhere, and I used my handy dandy little do I have it with me? Yeah, the little, let me see, I got the little thingy that you use to mark out your name and stuff. So I marked out my name, and I'm going to get ready to put these items in this box. And I had wished that I was thinking when I was going to return the other ones, and I would have did all it with one thing, because now guess what? When I did this return, which was 2 days ago, I believe, it was over the weekend, they are now wanting you to return, well, they asked me to return my items. So I'm putting 2 dresses and this strapless bra in this box, and I'm going to, well, I had let me back up a little bit, because some people don't have a printer. And I also have an old computer. That's why I do my videos on my phone, because my phone is more update than my computer. I do want to get a new computer, but I'm one of them people that I just don't want to deal with it. It's gonna be a lot of work, and I got to make sure I get a good one. So when I do take the times to get a computer, I'm gonna have to put some time into it. So I can't rush into it. So I'm trying to do that, and that is on my list. Okay. So if you don't have a printer, I did find out, I researched and looked before I started to do this video, for those who can't print from your home, you can take it to the post office near you, but make sure that post office has a printing section or printing area. Now, you may have to pay for that. You know, nothing's free these days. I have no idea what it would cost for you to print out one little piece of paper. And then if you don't want to do that, you could always upload it to your phone if you know how to do that. It's very simple. I mean, literally it says save to your phone. You can go to a Kinko's if they still have those, or a UPS location, or anywhere that's a mailbox thing that can print out and has free printing. Or you can take it to a friend who has a printer, okay? Or somebody at their job that can do it for you. So you can go, if you don't have a printer, there's options for you as well. If you do have a printer, you just print it off. And if you have an old one like me, make sure you do it in PDF. And I printed this out. I'm going to cut it out, and I'm not going to do it right now because I'm not going to make this super long. Just how it's like taped on here, I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to tape it up, and then I'm going to ship it out today, because once I take it to the post office, because I chose for my free one to use, you could use UPS, or you could take it to the post office. I'm choosing to take it to the post office because I want to see how long it's going to take this to get back to me. Now, these dresses and this strapless bra, I paid with Cash App, and it's a total of $38.86. So I could have got that on a credit, but I decided to try it this way to give you the information. I'm going to send these back, and it could take up to 15 business days is what it said. So we're going to see. Today is April 24th, okay? And I'm going to try to put it in tonight. So, well, if it don't be tonight, it's definitely going to be tomorrow. So 15 days, by middle of May, I'm going to check back in with you guys and do an update on did it take 15 days? How long did it take to get my Cash App money back? And I will stay on top of that. Okay, so that was that. So then I had a second little order, and it was on some things that, were the wrong color. This honey butter wig clip, a broken ring, and some of these necklaces, because I know people are loving them. I just didn't. I just felt like they were just a little bit too for children for my neck. And so there, it's nothing major. I'm going to be putting it in this box, and I'm going to do the same thing. I printed off a separate one, And I'm going to put it all in this box right here. And I'm actually going to use this little thing right here, which I love. If you don't have one of these guys, the little thing that blacks out everything, you have to get one because it's just doggone cute. Okay, yes, so this is what's going on. I know I feel like I'm rambling, and I always feel like it's a hot mess. They are asking for me to return these items. Now, this particular one with the jewelry, I also paid with AfterPay. And I still have one more AfterPay payment. And I think it's due next week, next Friday, a week from, not this Friday, but a following, so a week and a half away. So they are not going to give me my credit for my credit card, which is on my AfterPay, till 15 days after I make that payment. So this jewelry, which was a total of, I want to say it's like 10 bucks, maybe $11, I won't get for probably a month. Okay. So the process of sending things back, if you use AfterPay, they will want you to have the AfterPay paid, which I don't blame them. But most of my orders are through Cash App or Apple Pay. I have been starting to use Apple Pay and PayPal. And those three, they seem like they get back to you right away. But AfterPay and things like that, yeah, just it's going to take a little bit longer. So right now I'm going to be stuffing this box, printing all these things out. I'm going to take it to the post office and drop them off. I'm hoping to do that today, even though it's late in the evening. I may not even be able to get there today to have someone show me. I want to make sure I talk to someone and say, hey. But I do highly recommend when you are sending things back, take a photo of it. I want to take a picture of the things I'm putting in the box. I've already taken a picture of the dresses and the strapless bra. I'm going to take a picture of this jewelry. I'm going to stuff it all in this little box right here, and I've already saw that it's compact and fits. And then I'm going to take a picture of it after I have cut this little label out, and I'm going to stick it on the box, and I'm going to take that picture before I take it to the post office. Whew, that was a lot. No videos today, but I do like the fast return process. I don't know. Comment and let me know if they're asking you to return items. Now, I don't have a lot of returns. I chose to return the clothing because they were, you know, a little snug, and I'm just going to reorder a larger size. The jewelry, I could take it or leave it. I will know in the future, and that's why I'm going to be doing some Temu Tuesday reviews on jewelry. Not particularly these ones because I'm sending them back, but I will tell you right now, check it out. Look at the reviews. You know, make sure you look at the dimensions. And just be careful. But if you do want to return it, you can have the Temu app option. You can go on the website option. And you can call their number. I think the number is always on your order anyway. I don't know. I've never called them. But someone did say that they went online. I was going to try to look while I'm talking to you. But I want to wrap this up because we're already getting into some minutes here. But if you need to, and they have a thing on the website too, if you need to contact them, maybe it would be easier to do a chat or an email rather than hanging on the phone. But if you like to hang on the phone, you know, you do you. Okay. All right, guys. I know this was a hot mess Temu Tuesday, but I will tell you, I feel relieved now that if I had some stuff that I, you know, need to return, I'm in the process of finding out how long it's going to take, and I'm kind of excited to see if it's going to take them a long process to return the money. So we shall see. And on the boot, I got a lot of things that they told me that I could keep and that I can reuse. So it's basically like getting free goodies. So I'm happy with Temu. I have no problems with their return policy. And I may do an update when I get the information back on how long it takes, when I take it to the post office, how long it takes to come back. And why I say that is that way you will know when you do a return like that, how long it may be. Now, here is a disclosure. I don't live where you live. Now, if you live in another state, you know, or another country, you need to, you know, adjust it to how your mail system works. I happen to probably live close to a delivery center because I hardly have any trouble getting my packages. I did have a situation, a couple of packages where they double did it because it was a delay. But for the most part, it's in and out for me. I also am picking and choosing items. I'm a little bit careful. And some things I do pick because I really think I'm going to have to send them back. But we shall see. Okay. All right. I will see you guys in the next Temu Tuesday. And until then, shop wisely. Bye, guys.